Hey everybody, Mr. Garrett here. Wanted to go through a couple of the example problems here. This is going to be three short, quick videos just to review what's going on. So first thing is talking about the distance formula. We know the distance formula is right here. Distance between A and B is the difference between x2 and x1 squared plus the difference between y2 and y1 squared, and then you take the square root of that. So we're going to go ahead and figure out which of the points P or Q is closer to the point A. So in order to do that, we're going to find the distance between P and A. So when I look at this, I'm going to let this be x1 and y1, and this is going to be x2 and y2. So when I use the formula, I'm going to say x2, which is 5, minus x1, which is 1, squared, plus 3 minus -2 squared. And then we just simplify, so that's going to be 4 squared plus 5 squared, which is 16 plus 25, which is, let's see, 31, 41. So the distance between P and A is the square root of 41. If I do the same thing with the distance between Q and A, and if I use this now as x1 and this is y1, sorry, and x2, y2, I'm going to go ahead and say 5 minus 8 squared plus 3 minus 9 squared. It's going to give me -3 squared plus -6 squared. It's going to be 9 plus 36, which is the square root of 45. So if PA, that distance is the square root of 41, and QA, the distance is square root of 45, this one is farther away, so this A is closer to P. All right, if we wanted to, we could simplify those or carry that out a little bit further. Now for the midpoint, same idea. We want to use midpoint formula. Okay, and we'll do that right here. We want to show that PR, the midpoint between P and R, is the same as the midpoint of S and Q. So if I'm looking at P and R, P is 0.12, R has coordinates 5, 9. So the midpoint is going to be 1 plus 5 over 2 and 2 plus 9 over 2, which is going to be 6 over 2 and 11 over 2. So that's 3 and 11 halves. We'll just leave it as that. You could also write it as 5.5. If I look then at Q, which is 4, 4, and S, which is 2, 7, do the same process. 4 plus 2 divided by 2, 4 plus 7 divided by 2. That's going to give me 6 over 2 and 11 over 2, which is 3 and 11 halves. These are the same point. So the bisectors of the diagonal end up in the same spot. All right. And that's how we do midpoint and distance formula.